Good morning. Good morning, YouTubers, stock Twitters. I'm Bagadon, Stock Market Caddy, and we're giving you a live spot view. We've been running two strategies since midnight, and one is called 7 Iron, and it's on the NQ. The other is called a Divot Marker Enhanced on the ES, and we are currently up $260.10 with a live position up almost $700. And they didn't do too much overnight. I think we were marginally up or down just a little bit, wasn't too bad. And if you have any questions about who we are, what we're about, you're more than welcome to visit our website, which is being revised. It's been about 10 years, a little overdue. And but let me also remind you, you're more than welcome to call from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. any day of the week if you still have questions, and you can reach me at 813-758-8263. If you have any questions, you can also put them in the chat function. I'm going to be stepping away to another desk for about 20 or 30 minutes, but we'll be back. Enjoy. Once again, excuse me, clear my throat here. Cough. Excuse me, still have some allergies here going on. The ES contract went long at 5 a.m. on Swing Machine, 875, 510, this one, 5, 600, 600. So Swing Machine is doing its thing, but we're running alternate strategies, SMC 7-Iron on the NQ, Divot Marker on the ES. Since midnight, we're up to 60. We got 600 working, and they're running robotically. They're not running Swing Machine. They're running their own program. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Feel free to visit the website. You're also welcome to call 813-758-8263, and we'll probably let you watch for about probably until about 11:30 or so. We'll see if we can get ourselves in the house with a nice little profit once again. Call anytime. Thanks. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tina. And strategies are doing just fine. The ES strategy is done 312 since midnight. The NQ is done 205, and we have a net up 1,000. So if we were to take the profit, would be good. We're going to let it run a little bit and probably shut down about 11. That'll work. We'll take the rest of the day off. Don't have to trade all day, every day. Not necessary. If those on YouTube have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the chat. You're welcome to visit the website, and you're welcome to call. We are mechanical robotic traders. The market high, market low, doesn't matter. Inflation and deflation doesn't matter. It just took a profit. I didn't do that. All the economic mumbo jumbo, macro babble doesn't matter. Heresy there, right? Because they got everybody believing that it does matter. It doesn't. The only thing it matters to is them. So that you watch their economic shows on fake financial media, the originators of fake media. Okay, so the machine is doing that trading up there. I didn't do that. It just flattened itself out. The NQ is done 965 since midnight. The ES is done 312 for a combined profit of 1235. The ES is long and is up about $62.75. This is Stock Market Caddy live. You are on YouTube, meaning you've got about a 40-second delay and your image isn't the best. You might want to put it in high def. We're not suggesting that we don't do this for anyone to take trades from. Wouldn't be a good idea. We just do this as an educational piece to share with you and show you what a mechanical robotic trading approach looks like. We have dozens and dozens of tools, of strategies, radars, just so many different ways to get the job done. 24 trading days in a month, take Fridays off, knocks it down to 20. $100 a day is $2,000. $200 a day is $4,000. $300 a day is $6,000. $500 a day is $10,000. $1,000 a day is $20,000 a month. No travel, no boss, little to no paperwork, no employees. A beautiful way to go. Gabriel, that's excellent. I'll bring into view. This is one of our members. Says, I actually logged on here around midnight and saw you running the programs. Almost jumped on board, but I ended up waiting to trade until this morning. Rinko 10 piece TPC, which is another strategy on NQ, performed very nicely. Already done this morning, and I'm done. We're keeping Gabriel's privacy. I'm not going to say last name or where he's from, but excellent, Gabriel, and be done. Be done. We're almost done here. We're thinking at the outset going to 11:30 maybe, and that is something that you have to practice. You have to find something else to do. You really do. Gotta find something else. We've been working on the website for the last couple of weeks, so I've been probably I'm no question about it, spending more time on the website than on trading, and so that's great, good stuff. Thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it too. Those that are passing through, we are live on YouTube. If you have any questions about what it is we're doing, what we're about, don't hesitate. And we have been running two robotic strategies. One called the 7i, and it's a beta strategy on NQ. We've been running it now for over a month. Still in a beta format. Since midnight, it's done, the strategy on the NQ has done $965. It's in a position now. The divot marker enhanced is also a new beta, enhancing an existing strategy, and that's continuing to do really well. Had a great week last week, and that's done 312. So we have realized, meaning we have been able to capture $1,234.30, and we have two open positions up about 60, 70, $80. We're going to take a page out of Gabriel's book. Gabriel, we're looking to end a day. Feels like cheating, Gabriel, doesn't it? You mean I can quit early and go home? Yes. Yes, you should. Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing. Just check the profit. Yeah, this is great. I should check our profit factor too. This is Gabriel's note. You know what he's doing is one of our. Oh, I'm sorry, Gabriel. Jesus, I'm sorry. You let me know if I gotta block that out. But he just checked the profit factor. He traded 8:30 to 9:45 Central Standard Time. Profit factor of 1.64. And that means that he's made $1.64 for every dollar that he's lost. It's amazing how many people really have been trading for years and don't really even understand how to keep score. And if you don't know how to keep score, and then in the same breath, say, "Oh, I want to be consistent," they don't really know. They don't know what really to work on. We're going to check our profit factor. So let's do that right now on the trades that we've done. So bear with me, and we can pull this up robotically from courtesy of TradeStation. TradeStation has a lot of powerful tools. What did I just do? Okay, nope, I opened the wrong thing. Let me go back. No, once again, I'm opening the wrong page. So let's try this again. Thank you, Gabriel. So I'm going to generate a report here. So our profit factor, well, you've done better, Gabriel. Our profit factor is 1.58. So Gabriel's got a stronger profit factor, and but he ran a different strategy, a different approach, and we've had 17 trades, 41% profitable, all robotic. We've had I scalped it once. I did scalp it once. And average time in trade, an hour and 50 minutes, so a little bit longer. And beautiful thing. It's very, very, what we want to be doing is repeating. It is no good to go to the driving range and hit one big shot, you know? It may be good for the people that are, on the miniature golf course and eating their ice creams and like, woo, wow, that guy really hit the golf ball far. Wow. And it may feel good, but when you go to play at the men's monthly at your club, they're not really that impressed. They want to see, your score at the end of the round. I'm not really impressed with a big drive. I can't tell you how many old guys or young ladies or whatever, young kids, beat the crap out of us, and they don't hit the ball nearly as far, but they are consistent as hell. And in Florida, really remarkable. I remember there was I tell the story, it was a true story. I remember the lady's name because she had my brother and I went to play a golf course at Greenleaf out in Haines City years ago, and we pulled up there, and it was like, oh man, the tee box is open, and no one's going to be around. It's just going to be the two of us. We're going to go, and we go up to the tee, and this little girl comes riding around in a golf cart. She had a golf cart, and I say little girl, I mean she looked like she was 15 years old. I think she was like 18 and 19. Tiny little thing. Her name was Lisa Putman. Putman, I remember. And said, "Gentlemen, do you mind if I play with you?" Okay, okay. We kind of like, yeah, all right. And as we, as two old fogies, go grumbling back to their golf bag, I'm like, well, brother, I mean, uh, she must have a bit of a golf game because, she asked to play with us, I mean, two guys, So So we proceeded to, well, Lisa, and she goes, well, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to play from these tees. And there was like some special, it was like a special tee. It wasn't really the men's tee. It was a little bit in front of us. Like, that's fine. Play your game, Lisa. Don't worry about it. We're going to play ours. So what I'm setting up is the bias that we had that we were going to be dragging her around. Well, it didn't take us about 2 or 3 holes to realize that Lisa was qualifying for the U.S. Open. She was in a practice round. Greenleaf was holding a qualifying round in another few days, and she was playing from a set of tees, and it was ridiculous. Talk about, I mean, she dragged us around, two old guys. It was, in fact, I wound up or many holes just watching her play. It was really remarkable. We asked her, like, at what age, Lisa, did you stop beating your dad? Like 9. It was unbelievable. So she hit the ball. I mean, I'm not going to say she didn't hit the ball far. She did. And, but not, like PGA far, but she hit it far. She was hitting, you know, everything about best shot or whatever, but boy, was she consistent. Unbelievable. I mean, it was ridiculous. So, and she was keeping score on every aspect of that game. She was keeping her, score of her putts, and she was getting her practice round in. So important. Remember her name. There's a couple of Putmans out on the circuit. I don't know if there's a relation there, but so important. Because if you're not keeping score, and you don't know what your profit factor is, and you don't know how long you've been in the market, and you don't know what days, and we were talking about this, if you don't know all that information, then you're not in a position to help yourself or to help the strategies. And by keeping score and by writing it down and keeping it, that's what gives you confidence. And after, it doesn't take very long at all, after just a few short weeks of doing that, so when you have a down day or a bad day, you're like, okay, yeah, it happens. But I mean, I got a shoebox full of scorecards that, where I've, keep them in a shoebox, but a digital shoebox maybe. And, I can overcome that. No big deal. And that's where the confidence comes from. It's truly where it comes from. So very, very good, Gabriel. Proud of you. Just hanging with it, and do not let me. He's doing something different. That's fine. Do not let me distract you with, we're running some betas and doing some things different. Don't let that distract you. Do, do your thing. You don't need to have 14 to 15, in golf, there are 14 clubs you can carry legally in your bag. We have plenty of strategies. We have many more strategies than that and tools. Oops, I think we just lost YouTube. I think maybe not. No, we didn't. But you want to have more than one. I mean, if I had to, could I go out and play the golf course? With a 7-iron, I could, right? With or a 9-iron, but it would make for a long day. So we have other tools, and you want to learn how to use them and pay attention to the course conditions. So, anywho, we're actually working on a new scoring system for traders. It'll be a kind of a trader's handicap, and we're working on that because it's a little bit. There's certain things that you need to be aware of, but we're going to try to put it together in a nice, unique package, which we like to do on a lot of different things. So it builds hopefully some consistency so that we're all after that. That's something that's very, very common with all of us as new traders, existing traders, long term. We would like to have consistency in our game. I'd like to consistently, trade a few hours a day. I would like to consistently have a profit factor of such and such. I'd like to consistently, these different elements, and that'll lead to a real, consistent performance overall, which is what we're trying to do. So, anywho, thanks, Gabriel. I have only made 2 decisions. One, what time to turn on the strategies, which was last night. And then 2, I scalped once on the ES. And I did that this morning. I took a profit because I saw the VIX on the radar was coming up, and the market was all green earlier this morning. And I thought, and I said it to our members, that it looked like that it probably wasn't going to sustain itself and would probably turn down. So I was aggressive to take the profit, and then I just let the machine go right back to trading. So I did it once and try not to do it, but if I can help the strategy a little bit, I will. But I'll keep track of that. Maybe over the long haul, maybe I'd be better off not doing that. Maybe I'm not as good as I think that I am, right? So it puts me in competition with the strategy, not in competition with any other individual trader or in competition with the market. Okay, so we told everybody on YouTube that we were going to go to about 11:30, so we are getting ready to turn things down, and we will turn the strategy off, right? Well, that's cheating. I know what you do. You turn those strategies on, and then when they get up, so that you can show that it made money, and then you turn them off. Yeah, you got that right. That's right. But the thing of it is, see, we're doing that. We're doing that whether we're on YouTube or not on YouTube. Everybody else is going to keep trading until like 4 o'clock. I gave it all back. Oh, man, don't give it all back. Mm. One of the questions that I like to ask is, from a trader, it's run the gamut. All kinds of things, from the person who says they turn on CNBC and hear what they're talking about, what they're talking about, and that's what they trade. Oh, that's got to be, that's probably quite common. That's awful to think of. My word. Oh my God. I don't even can't stand to even look at those people. I mean, I can't even like, oof. I haven't watched CNBC. I mean, in the early 2000s, I would have it on, right? When I was working, bugger and traveling and having to work for somebody, yeah, I'd turn it on in the morning, but, just awful, just awful. Then I've had other members say that, not members, well, actually I do. I have a person that did become a member, um, and he said that he had subscribed to a kind of a tip sheet, and they would give him like every night 10 option trades, and he would just pick, a few from there. And so I asked him, I said, well, how's that working for you? Well, I made like 25 or $30,000, and then I gave it all back. And then I made some money, then I give it all back. I'm like, oh, that's not so good. And I said, well, where are you overall? Nah, I think I'm basically even. I said, okay, how long you been doing, how long you been doing it? Like 5 years. Mm, that's not so good. And then I asked them, what, for me would be the coup de grace. Have you learned anything? He goes, no, not a damn thing. He goes, I have no idea how they pick them or why they pick them. And I have no idea how or why I pick them. Mm, that's not so good, right? Not very, how do you get consistency from that? How do you get confidence from that? You don't. You never will. So that's why, if you're doing whatever it is you're doing and you're getting it done, this is for the benefit of YouTube folks that are passing by either now or later. See this. If you're doing it and you're getting it done, then just keep doing it, and especially if you're learning. But if you're not, I think the first thing you need to do is just stop. And then, look, listen, feel, really think about what you've been doing, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and then set out to make some changes and think it through. And I'm not saying necessarily, be coming to us, but I just hate to see people just, wasting time and wasting money doing something that is, just not going to work. And it isn't. We don't advertise. We don't accept everybody. We took a little loss there. The NQ took a little loss, and but the ES strategy is doing just fine. So we're still, we're gonna still have a nice trading session here. We'll still let it run here right up until about 11:30 or so. Then we'll shut them down. Our monthly members get to see all of our algos at night, and there are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of opportunities. And we explain how those opportunities are presented and where. Now, if you join as a monthly member and you have no game, you have none. You've been subscribing to some of the service and you're just like winging it, picking something here or there. You're at the driving range and just firing golf shots. I'm not saying that, in a month's time, our algos are going to turn that kind of behavior around. Probably not. But I think after, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of just through osmosis and through some of the support videos, and if you reach out to us, even as a monthly member, we can help you around the edges. We can't put you through a Q school to get more disciplined and more organized and more sophisticated with your trading, whether you're trading individual stocks or options. I think you'll have I think you'll be in a much better place. But you can't, a person who's just going to the driving range and buying a basket of golf balls and smashing them all around, he's not going to learn how to play just by watching like one video, or taking one lesson. It just doesn't happen, and I can confess to that. I was a terrible golfer. Probably still terrible. No, I'm okay, but boy, I took a lot of lessons, and I don't know. It's very trading to me in the game of golf, whether or not you're a golfer or not, is so comparable. And it really, really is. Nope. And she took another little, that NQ took another little one there. See what she's going to do here. We don't want to give up too much here now, here at the end. So we got another 10 or 15 minutes here. We'll see if we can put a little in the bank and call it a day. Market's getting a little mixed here. Okay, so we're getting ready to shut this down. I'll let you know. Okay, so we just shut down the ES. We just shut that one down, and we're about to shut down the 7-iron. We're gonna try to let that run just a little bit. We're off of our high close. We were up as much as 1200, so we gave a little back, and but that's okay. Just don't want to give too much back. Oh my goodness. We came 40, 40 cents under a point. Like to get a point a day. That's always sweet. We come in at 999.60. And both strategies are off. Let me give you the final score elements here. Bear with me. Get these pulled up here. Go to our trade manager analysis and run a report, and I can tell you what we did overall. So we come in with a profit factor of 1.39, which is fine. It's 21 trades, 42% profitable. Now, if I was trading mechanically or what we call discretionary, and I was making a decision to put those trades in and on or in and out, and I had a profit factor of 1.39, I'd be a wet noodle. I mean, I'd be exhausted. That's not that good a score for a person who's putting it in and out, making all those decisions. You'll feel kind of not so great. But when the machine is doing it, I don't really care. You know, the machine is a machine. And so I just had to help it. So we do draw a distinction. As long as we're above 1, but if we can get 2, 3, sometimes we get much higher. You know, the divot marker enhanced all of last week, had a profit factor virtually totally on its own, a couple of scalps of 12, meaning it made $12 for every dollar we lost. So that was very, very good. But even if it was at 1.5, if the machine is doing it, it's easier to live with. But if you're having to make those decisions yourself and you don't have a profit factor over 3, then it gets to be work. And we don't want to work too hard. So Tina, it's nice to see you on YouTube. We're going to say goodbye and get back to our work. And you're welcome to visit the website. You're welcome to give us a call. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the mentions on social media. The more requests we get to showcase what we're up about and what we're doing, the more we're apt to give these little spot views for right now. Have a great rest of the day and a great week, YouTubers.